everyone. I was just checking my background. I didn't like clean up a lot. It's not too bad. Y'all see the clean spaces, right? Okay. So hi. I'll wait till some join. I see 9. Oh, 15. Okay. Hi. Hi, Tiffany Arbuckle. Yay, I'm seeing some familiar names. I wrote my team and I was like, guys, jump on with me because I'm like kind of nervous. Hi Janelle, hi Chelsea, hi Tara, Kristen. Oh, thank you, Tara. Hi Kim, Ashley, hello. Washington, hi Melissa. Sunshine, hi my friend. Maine, oh my goodness, Heather, hello. Okay, so I'm down in Texas. So it's probably freezing in Maine. It's like 70 degrees here today in Texas. I actually would rather it be Christmas time and feel like Christmas time. So hi. Hi, Kristen Buchanan. That's my cousin-in-law, you guys, Kristen Buchanan. Ruby CP, Kristen Buchanan. We married cousins. Hi, Katie. Hey, you're in my neighborhood. And thank you. Thank you. It's fun, you guys. It wasn't supposed to be quite this pink, but it's fun. I mean, because like that, wait, that is really, really pink. But thank you. Thanks, it's fun. Okay, so I'm hoping that I'm late because I couldn't find the right adapter for my tripod and it keeps falling off, but I can't find the correct one. So I'm hoping that this stays up the entire time, and if it crashes and falls, I apologize and I'll just hold it the whole time. But okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I would love to keep this at like 30 minutes. That's kind of hard for me. I'm kind of a talker, so I will try my best to keep it at 30 minutes. But, oh my gosh, there's 187 of you. Okay, so here's the deal. I go live all the time. I actually prefer going live, and I like it. But I had no idea this group was going to be, what are we at, 24,000? 28,000, something crazy like that. So when this idea started, Ashley contacted a few of us and like, it was just, you know, small little thing. And I was like, yeah, sure. And now like, what? 24,000 people. So I am trying not to be nervous. I never get nervous, you guys, but this I'm just going, oh my gosh. And I like to just share from my heart. I am not a planner. I know I posted that earlier, but I'm not a planner. Like, it's really bad. That's why you don't want me training on like time management. So thank you, Casey, for that. You don't want me training on like businessy stuff because really I'm not the best. I'm learning from everybody else. So I am fly by the seat of my pants, spontaneous. Let's do this. Type of gal. And so when I have to try and like think about something too much, I think about it too much. And then I stress over it and I worry over it. And so the closer this got to time, I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to jump on and get this over with and just do it because I'm thinking too much about it. So that's why I'm like trying not to be nervous, but it's really because I don't know what I'm really going to talk about. It's just I really pray ahead of time and ask the Lord to show me what He wants you guys to hear and how He can use me to encourage. So yes, I'm super spiritual. I apologize to anyone who may be offended by that, but you will be hearing a lot about God and Jesus and my Lord and Savior who got me where I am and who is literally my breath and my words to say. So if that's not your cup of tea, you may want to just fast forward. But I pray that it encourages you, and I pray that you hear from my heart what you need to hear. And I prayed before this that the Lord would just use my words that I would be able to encourage you ladies and give you some hope and encouragement in this business. So I'm gonna try not to watch all this stuff. I get super distracted, and I know I watched a couple of the other girls' videos, and we're all kind of the same. We're like, oh, a squirrel, and then we just start talking about random things. So I'm gonna try and stay on track. But I titled this Go Big or Go Home, but what if I'm not that kind of girl? And when I was asked to do this, again, I don't really like know certain training topics that I want to choose on. I just really asked that the Lord would lay something on my heart, and I just kept hearing that over and over again, like go big or go home, go big or go home, go big or go home. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with that little slogan, I guess. I'm not a go big or go home type of girl, okay? So I'm not competitive. I'm probably the least competitive. I usually cheer for the underdog, and if like, I don't know, I cry over when people lose, and I'm just not competitive. I'm just not. And I'm like, oh, look, they won. Great. Like, I'm so glad they won. You know, like, I would not be the best, like, racer or marathon runner or anything, because I'd probably, like, put the brakes on before and let the person next to me win. So I'm just not competitive. And so you hear a lot of trainings about, like, dig in, come on, stick with this through the end, and let's do everything big, and if you don't go full out, then da-da-da. And I just heard that stuff, and I was like, God, that is so not me. And it just kind of made me not want to even try. And I guess when I started this, I guess that's what I thought I had to be. And I guess that's what I thought MLMs were these people who woke up every single day and pounded it to the ground and hit the pavement running, and they never stopped, and they never rested, and they just business, 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 business. And so I think I thought that's what I had to be, and that's what I had to do, and that's why I just never wanted to try. Because I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. Actually, that exhausts me just listening to it. And I'm just kind of more laid back and chill about things. I put everything in the Lord's hands, and sometimes I can use that as a crutch where it doesn't make me kick my booty in gear, and I'm just like, I guess that's not what the Lord had for me. And so it's kind of to a fault sometimes, but the Lord's actually teaching me through this business that I can be both, and that He does want us to pursue our dreams and to chase after our dreams and to work for our dreams. It's not just laid in our laps for us. We can ask Him for the desires of our hearts, but it's up to us what we're going to do to get there. And so He's just taught me a lot about that since I've started. So just a little bit about me and how I got started is, and my whole story is on my YouTube channel. So if you want to search Jenny Buchanan on YouTube, you're more than welcome. My whole story is on there. A lot of you will probably relate to a lot of my story. In there, I read a post that I made on Facebook when I got my Cinecar, and it just seems to have spread to the masses and really touched a lot of people's hearts because everyone can relate to it. So if you want to listen to that in more detail, you're more than welcome to go in there and watch my story. It's me just sitting on my bedroom floor talking. I had no intentions to put it on YouTube whatsoever, but the Lord just kind of told me to do it, and I did it. And it's helped inspire a lot of women. So if you want to go watch that, you're more than welcome. But in it, I just share that I've never done anything like this, ever, ever, ever. Actually, I had a huge bad taste in my mouth about all MLMs. I didn't understand what they were. The Lord's taught me a lot about how He can use this business for His glory and to change you as a person. And I thought it was just all this, like, we're women, we can take on the world, like one tube of lipstick at a time, and I'm a businesswoman, and like, that just isn't me. And I know that it might sound bad, and I hope you don't take it bad, but there's different personalities in this business, and that was not me. And that's what made me run the opposite direction, actually. And that's why I never wanted to try. And the Lord just showed me that I can be me, but He also wants to grow and stretch me. And that's what he's done. So if you're more like me and you're not business-minded, like I'm so far from a business-minded person, it's not even funny. I'm super scatterbrained. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get my orders together this week. And I wish I had more of that in me. I do. And I'm trying to be better at it. And that's why I'm watching all these videos right here alongside with you guys so that I can incorporate some of this awesomeness into my life. But I can't change who I am. I can just be who I am, and that's going to draw other people that are just like me to know that they can do this too. So if you're more like me and you just look at all this and you're going, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I can't be what she is, because that's what I said when I signed up. When I signed up, I looked at my upline, Jen Stitt, and I said, I'm going to sign up to do this, but I am only getting my colors for me, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not doing this. And at my launch party, when I had my first sign up, I begged her not to sign up. I said, please don't sign up under me. Sign up under Jen, because I can't be to you what Jen is to me. That's not me. I can't do it. And it was Jen's sweet little, Jenny, you can do this. Just give it a try. That made me even just go, okay, fine, sign up under me, but we'll see how long this lasts type thing. And then after that, it was just the Lord teaching me that I can do it, that I can be a leader, that what I thought I couldn't do, I can do. And it's an everyday choice, because I'll be honest, I'm super worn out. I'll be very open and honest and just real with you guys, because that's just how I roll. I don't hide anything. If you ask me anything, I'll tell you. But I'm worn out. I'm tired. It will be 2 years in March that I've been with Synergence, and it's not something I sought out. Like I said, I'm not a business person, so I wasn't in this for the business opportunity. I was in this for the makeup. But it became about more than makeup, and it became about a heart change for me and seeing what the Lord had for me and seeing how he could use me to bring that to other women. And so once I realized that, and that this is what the Lord was working on me and a way to provide for my family in ways that we'd never had before, that's when I fully jumped in, and I was like, okay, however you want to use me, God, let's do this. But it's a day-to-day choice, like I say. Like, I want to quit pretty much every other day. You can ask Melissa Alds. She is my first line and my training partner. She is the business side to my brain, while I am the fun and the woohoo, I don't know what's going on, but let's have a party and put lipstick on. And she is my business person. So we work out really great for each other. But I needed that. So I suggest finding someone that you can connect with, someone that you are perfectly opposite with, that can encourage you in the things that you're weak in. Because I'm weak in those areas, but I'm getting stronger. And it's really neat to watch at leaders. You know, we take those tests and it tells you, like, not personality types, but personality types in business. And I've actually grown a lot since the first time I took it. And I've gained more of a backbone, and I don't let people walk all over me anymore. Yay. So it's just neat how this business stretches you and grows you to be somebody who you've always wanted to be, if you'll let God work on that through you, okay? So if you are not a go big or go home type, I don't feel like you have to be like that. I'm like I said, I'm not that. I am more of a slow and steady wins the race type of gal. And why? There's nothing wrong with that. Why can't I be like that? Why do I have to feel like I have to wake up every single morning and bust my brains out going to recruit people to where it becomes not fun anymore, to feel like I have to stay in this? Like, to me, if I'm having fun, I'm going to stay. If I'm not having fun, then I'm going to go. And that's fine. People are going to be drawn to you because you're having fun and they see the passion that you're having. They're not going to be drawn to you if you're just trying to be someone you're not. And if you're wondering why recruiting isn't working, and you're wondering why is nobody joining my team, you have to look at yourself first, and are you having fun? Are you having fun? I'll be honest, I was not having fun for a while. So I took a step back and I laid low, and I went back to being who I was. And I went back to just being a mom and just being there for my family, because for a solid year, I did nothing but grow a business. And I was exhausted, and it was weighing on me, and it became more of a job and just not fun. And I turned something that was supposed to be fun and that I was passionate about into a job, because I felt like I had to, because I had to have so many people. And I just had to let go of that. And I just had to say, this isn't fun anymore, and I don't want to do it. But God didn't call me to quit, and he didn't call me to lay it all down and just stop the whole thing. Because that's what I've done with everything in my entire life. It's very fun and exciting at the beginning, and then I turn it into a business, and I make it stressful, and and then I lose all excitement and all enjoyment, and I lay it down, and I quit, and I never pick it back up again. And the Lord told me, you are missing out on all that I have to offer you because you're quitting too soon. Because you're turning it into something stressful and something it's not supposed to be. So he hasn't let me quit this, and this is the first thing that I haven't quit within a year. I usually do things about a year, and then I'm like, well, that was fun. Let's be done, because I'm tired of it, and I don't want to do it anymore. And this is the first thing he hasn't let me do that with, because he has a greater purpose in this. For me and for everybody that I've signed up, and for everybody that I could potentially sign up, and everybody that needs to hear what I have to say or what I have to encourage them with. And that's why ways that I can encourage people will not relate to some, and they'll be looking at me like, really? What's so cool about this girl? She really said nothing. And then I get some messages where it's like, I heard your story and oh my gosh, I relate with you so much. Tell me all the things, so that's why I'm big on sharing your story. I'll talk about that in a little bit when I get into some of the things that have kind of helped me in this business, but share your story, and everybody has a story. And I've heard that on someone's video, I don't know if it was Heather's or not, but about sharing your story, and everybody has one. And it's not just your Synergent story, it's share your story, share your life story. So I'll get into that in a little bit, but so I guess if, like I say, I keep going back to this go big or go home, because I just feel like there's so many people who don't have that personality and who are maybe more the quiet type. Now, I'm not quiet at all. I am, sorry, let me turn this off or it's probably going to ding a lot. I'm not quiet at all. But I am quiet when it comes to things like this, I guess, because I am just like, well, God's going to take me wherever he's going to take me, and that's where I found that I have to put in the work and I have to put in the effort. But the main thing is I can't quit, and I can't give up on him before he shows me what he had for me. So I guess that's where I want to encourage you, that maybe if you're just more like me, and you are just more of a slow and steady wins the race type of gal, stick with it. Because who says, because you haven't hit maiden in 2 years, you have to quit? That's the craziest thing I think I've ever heard. Nothing hurts my heart more than when I'm out and about and I may be wearing my wowing bag or something and someone goes, oh, my friend sold that, but she quit, so I'd love to buy from you. And I just want to be like, why'd your friend quit? Like, I would love to ask everyone, why did you quit? Why? I understand if it's not fun anymore and you don't enjoy it. Great, quit. But if it's something that you love doing, and for me, it gets me out of the house. For me, I went from being a mom who did nothing for 6 years, that just stayed home and didn't have much money to go anywhere, and I never had girls' nights, I never did my nails, I never went to Starbucks because we didn't have the money for it. I went from selling things on garage sale pages because we had no extra money to buy kids Christmas presents, to, okay, I'll give this a shot and we'll see what happens, to, wow, God, you are using me in this business, and not only are you using me for other women, but you're changing me, and you're changing my heart, and you're showing me that I can be somebody besides just a mom. I think we all just think as moms or as single women or just as wives, we just think, okay, this is it. I guess this is what I do. And I'm serious, it took me to 35 years old to realize that I had a passion for something I never knew I had, because I'd never given God a shot or a chance to show me that I may have a passion in something else. I just shut him down before he could show me all he had for me. And so when I started realizing that this isn't about the makeup and this is about helping women and it's about changing me, that's when I was like, let's do this. I can get into this and I can stick around for this to see how you're going to grow me and how you're going to grow all the people I'm going to meet. So I guess if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like, nothing's happening, nothing's happened for 6 months, nobody wants to listen to me, I feel like I'm saying all the right words and nobody's responding, nobody wants to buy from me, I want to share a little story with you. But I talked to one of my downline the other day, and I feel like the Lord just really had us talk about this, but she's stuck. She's stuck, and she's been in for a while, and she's really trying to hit maiden, and she hasn't. She set a goal that she wanted to be maiden, and she wanted to go to Pitt to go for her MUA certification, which is super fun, by the way. Y'all should go. I went last year. It's really fun. But she hasn't got there yet. And it's like she's doing all the right things. She's doing all the right things. And she's going out all the time. And she is handing out her cards on the street to strangers. I mean, she's busting her tail. And it's just like nothing's happening. And so the more I talked to her, I said, you know, I want to pray for you. And I want to pray that the Lord would reveal to you what's something bigger. Is there something bigger that the Lord's trying to show you that you think you're being blocked because people aren't signing up under you or people aren't responding to you? But is the Lord working on something bigger in your heart? Because this business, for a lot of us, becomes most of the time becomes not about the makeup anymore. I know a lot of people have said, I signed up for the discount, I signed up for the makeup, but when I saw what this company did for women and did for me, that's what it became about. And so when I started talking with her, she said, you know, I don't do enough lives. Maybe I could try more lives. And I go, okay, do that. Try some more lives. And she goes, but I think the reason I don't do lives is because I don't feel pretty. Because I went through a miscarriage last year and I put on a lot of weight. And I'm crying. I cry in all my lives. Sorry, you guys. But she just said, I just don't feel pretty in my lives anymore. And I said, that right there, that's what God wants to work on in you. And once you can get past that, and once you can feel free from that, that's when things are going to happen. And so, like I say, it has everything to do with your heart issue, and look deeper. What is it that maybe you need to change in your heart, or things that you don't see, things that you think are your customers' problems, and why aren't they listening, and why aren't they reacting? Find out if it's something you need to change with your heart, and see if there's something you need to lay at the Lord's feet and be like, I can't get past this, so I can never get to what you have for me because I can't get past this. So maybe the Lord wants to show you something deeper and something bigger that he's working on you in, because that's what he had to do for me. I said, I cannot do this. I cannot lead. I cannot talk to women. I'm a preschool teacher. You give me a room full of 2-year-olds and I'll talk to them all day. You give me a room full of women and I'll be like, I don't know what to say. But the Lord showed me that's where I have you. I have you there. And if I would have just known that, I would have been like, nope, not doing it. But I didn't know it. I had to take little tiny baby steps, and I had to see that, oh my gosh, I can do this. Oh my gosh, I can approach people because I'm super passionate about this. Oh my gosh, I can ask somebody, would they want to do a party for me? When normally I'd be hiding in the corner being like, do you want to do a party for me? like super embarrassed because that just wasn't me. I found that I had to take tiny baby steps to start believing in myself that I could be something in this company, but it was tiny baby steps that got me there, because if I would have known the full big picture, I would have freaked out and run the other way. So take your tiny baby steps, but find maybe what is it that's holding you back from even taking that first tiny baby step, right? What is it that you need to let go of that can take you further? I heard this, and I don't really know why I'm sharing this, but I heard, I was watching TV the other day, and we don't have cable, so I was like literally watching like channel 13 and just flipping through whatever and watching old-timey shows like Gomer Pyle and stuff that came on. But I came to Daystar, which is like our Christian network here, and my church that I go to, one of the sermons was on there. So I just started watching one of these old sermons, and he shared a story about these monkeys that people would try and capture, and the way they would capture them was they would put something they really, really wanted, so like a food item or something like that, in this cage, and the monkeys would slip their hand through there, but it was a tiny little opening, so they could figure out they could slip their hand through there and they would grab the object that they wanted, but then they couldn't pull their hand back out. And it was like, if they would just know to let go of that object, then they could pull their hand back out, but they would not let go of that object, and then they would get trapped, and that's how they would get captured. And so I don't even know really why I'm sharing that, but I feel like, is there something that you're holding on to that you will not let go of, and that's why you're not moving forward, and that's what we're getting stuck at, and that's why we're getting captured, and that's why we're feeling like you can't go any further, and you're just sitting there and you're just dwelling in this. But is there something that you can let go of, that you can take your hand out and then just be free of it, and then you can go, and you're free of it, and you can just go, and you can just be who you are? Like, what is it? And that's why I'm saying there's always something deeper. There's something deeper than your sales. There's something deeper than makeup. There's something, it's anything we do, God has a purpose for it. And anyone you meet, God has a purpose for you meeting that person. So just think bigger picture. Think, what do I need to give up? What do I need to lay at the Lord's feet for me to get further in this business? Is there something I need to work on in my heart or in my business or in myself? I mean, for her, she was just carrying a lot of heaviness and a lot of grief, and she just didn't feel pretty anymore, and that hurt my heart. And I said, right there, that's what I'm going to pray for you for. And so it became not about me praying about her business. It became about me praying for her and her knowing that she can do this. And when she starts to feel that shift, that's when the Lord can skyrocket you and take you way further than you ever thought or dreamed imaginable. So I hope that maybe that encourages you a little bit. Yes, so that's all I have for that. And now I just wanted to go back to the beginning of my business. And I know this group is full of people that have just started and people that have been in for years and years, people that have been longer than I have. And so I think we just forget to go back to the beginning and remember what it was like at the beginning and how did we get here? What made me stay in? What made me make an everyday decision to stick with this, because it's still an everyday decision? So I just wanted to kind of share a few of the things that helped me at the beginning, and what made this exciting for me and what made me find me, because you need to find you in this business. You don't need to be somebody else, and that's what I thought. I thought I had to be like every other leader I saw. And so that's what made me say, I can't do this, because I can't be like her, because I'm not business-minded, I'm more heart-minded. I'm like, if you tried to have me train on numbers and commission structure, you don't want to do that. That's why I carry Mel around. But if you want to talk hard issues, I'll talk hard issues with you. So for me at the beginning, I just needed to find me. And at the beginning, we were a lot smaller. at the beginning for me, not the beginning of the company, because I've only been around, I mean, it'll be 2 years in March. But for the beginning of me, I just had to find things that worked for me. And so that's kind of how the whole selfie thing started. I never meant for that to ever happen, or that it would help anyone or inspire anyone. But I found something that the Lord used me for to help other women. And when I started getting messages from women that felt beautiful in a picture for the first time because I just told them about lighting tips, that's when I was like, all right, God, we can do this. And so I just found a need, and I asked that the Lord would help me in that way. I started my YouTube channel, and I did not mean to do that. I honestly started that because people would ask me lots of questions over and over and over again, and honestly, I got tired of answering them. And I got tired of repeating myself. So I was like, I'm just going to make a video of this. I'm going to stick it on YouTube, and I can send them the link. But what happened is at that time, not a lot of people were on YouTube. And so my videos got shared, and I just kind of kept things super simple. I am a super simple girl. I'm not a makeup artist. I love fashion and I love makeup, but I'm not a makeup artist, so I just kept it legit and true and mom life, and sat on my bedroom floor and made my videos and stuck them out there. I was not fancy. Like I said, I didn't make a fancy graphic for today. I just said, hey, I'm going to go on at 1 o'clock. Maybe. I hope I'm on time. But that's just kind of how that started. But what I suggest for you is if you're wanting to get out there some more, and you're wanting to get out of your box some more, and you've reached your circle, but you want to go further, and how do I do that? I highly suggest YouTube. Don't stick with Synergence only. Put in other things that are you. So one of my #1 videos is how I curl my short hair. I never meant for that to happen. It was, a lot of people asked me, how do you curl your hair? Because it's so short. And I was like, wow, I'm really tired of answering these questions. So I was getting ready one day, I just made a video and I stuck it on YouTube. And what happened is that got shared. And when that got shared, people were also seeing my Synergence videos. And I was at my daughter's dance. I went to go buy my daughter some dance leotards here at my hometown. And the lady goes, you don't happen to have a YouTube video with you curling your hair, do you? And I go, actually, yeah, I do. And she goes, I thought I recognized you. And I'm like, what? And it just kind of spread, and she knew I did Synergence because of that. Excuse me. And I was able to talk to her about, have you heard of lip syncs? And normally I'd be hiding from that stuff, but I felt okay because she knew who I was. I allowed her in my world. And I think that's what it's about. You allow people in your world, and your entire world does not consist of Synergence only. Your world is, what do you enjoy doing? What do you have a hobby at? Your children, what do you, if you're comfortable with that, and I'm not saying share your children, like, to everybody, but I have my daughter in some of my videos because it's fun. I like allowing people in my world. They love to go on the journey with me. And people from the very beginning, even though they may not have signed up with me, they love seeing my journey. They love going on it with me. They love seeing how at the beginning, my first picture I posted saying, wow, I've never taken a selfie. This is super embarrassing, but this lipstick has stayed on for 24 hours. To where I am now and how far the Lord has taken me and what He's done for my family, they love that. They love the journey. And so that's why I say allow people in your journey. Allow them in your life, because that's what people connect with, and that's what they're going to feel a connection to. So if you can start a YouTube channel and you feel comfortable with it, I say go for it. Put in various things. I made headbands and bow ties before I did this for babies. I'm going to start making little tutorials on, hey, you want to know how to make a bow tie? I'm going to show you. And put stuff like that on there that just kind of broadens your market a little bit. So for me, that's kind of where I saw an outside the box type thing. Once I had reached this little handful of people, I thought, okay, I need to get bigger. And I got bigger by sharing there and allowing more people to come into my circle and go on this journey with me, and finding ways that I could help other women through shadow sense tutorials and stuff like that. Now I know there's a bunch of that stuff on now, and there's a lot of Synergence videos, and that's why I say do different things, mix it up, put in some of your hobbies, put in some how-to things that aren't Synergence related, and that can help you broaden, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm going to try not to read comments again. See, I'm going to get distracted. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get distracted. Okay, so I also wanted to share another little thing that helped me at the beginning. And a lot of people may have already heard this before, and I should have got this all set ahead of time, but I didn't because, gosh, that's just me. So you too can do this because I kind of just roll with it. All photos. Okay, so you may have heard this before, but this is my seat training, and this really helped me at the beginning when I had to go back to the beginning, and I wasn't used to doing anything like this. I had never done any MLM. And so my brain is really scattered. Like I said, I'm not a business-minded person. I had to keep my brain on track, and so I came up with this SEAT acronym right here, and I was just going to share that with you guys. This has gone around for a while, so if you've seen this before, I'm just going to kind of blow through it really quickly. But if you are new and you need something to keep you on track, I highly suggest using this. I came up with this because my mind is just like bing, 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 bing all the time. It's called Take a Seat and Let Me Tell You About Lip Sense, and this just keeps my brain on track when I am doing a demo, or when I go meet with people one-on-one, or a giant party, or anything like that. If somebody says, okay, so what's lip sense? And you're going, oh my gosh, there's so much information. What do I tell them? You know, like you don't want to vomit on them, but you also want to be sure and give them all the information. And especially in parties, when people are asking questions and you're going, did I tell them about the tingle sensation? Because I don't know if I did. And then you totally get off track and all that kind of stuff. So this just keeps me on track. And so when I'm in a demo, I always start with S for seat. I always start with S, and I start out by saying, hey, Lip Sense is sold as a set. And I tell them it's sold as a 3-piece set. As a beginner, you will always start with the 3 pieces, your color, your glossy gloss, and your oops remover. After that, you don't have to keep buying set after set. You can just buy single colors for $25 or single glosses for $20. And that's when I tell them all that. And then normally people are asking questions and you're going, oh no, where was I? E. You go to E. This is when I tell them about the exfoliation phase. Okay, Lip Sense, you're going to go through an exfoliation phase with Lip Sense. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you tell them all about the exfoliation phase. And then somebody asks a question, and then you're lost again, and you're like, whoa, where do I go now? A, application. That's when I go into application. This is how I apply Lip Sense. It's a little bit different than regular Lip Sense. Da-da-da-da. And then you explain how you apply it. And then at the very end, I do the T, and that's the tingle, because I would always forget to tell people about the tingle sensation, and I would always forget. And they're sitting there going, why are my lips burning? And you're going, oh shoot, I forgot to tell you. And so this is when you explain about the tingle sensation so that everybody knows. And then at the end of my seat is when I always give my Synergence choice. And I was very, I don't know if embarrassed, I guess, to share the Synergence choice. I'm not a pishy person, and that just wasn't me. And I felt really awkward doing it. Until I heard Jada, I think, explain how she did it, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And so when I'm done explaining and I'm standing in front of these people doing my demo and I finish up with the tingle sensation, then I say, and Synergence is so cool. They offer you 3 ways of buying. You can either buy from me, I will gladly be your Synergence girl. You can pay full retail to me, and I will gladly take your money and be here for whatever you need. Or you can host a girls' night for me, which is what so-and-so is doing here for me. I call them girls' nights. I don't call them parties because I don't really go to home parties. I actually hate home parties. But if you call it a girls' night, I'm there. So I call mine girls' nights. So you can host a girls' night for me, which is what so-and-so is doing for me. They're super fun, very laid back, and she's actually getting a free color for helping me tonight and maybe some other discounts. Or you can actually do what I'm doing. It's super easy. It's $55 for the year, and then you can buy anywhere from a 20 to 50% off discount. So think of the 3 ways that's best for you. Let me know which one's going to be good for you at this time, and I'll be over here. Let's go play in colors. And then you just go and you do you play in colors and you start testing on hands and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how I present when I am doing lip syncs. That's just for lip syncs. Now, I highly suggest you get into other things besides lip syncs. At the beginning, I was only going to stick with lip syncs. Like I said, I was not even doing this. I'm not doing this. And so I was scared of everything else. Always bring everything else. I always ask my hostess or my friend, do you want lip syncs only, or would you like me to bring everything else? Now, I always bring everything else, but I don't put it into my spiel because I know most people are there for just lip syncs. Unless they do want a full-on party. Then that's what I do. So I'm gonna, again, I don't know how long I've been going. I have no idea how long this has been going, but I don't want to make it too long. Oh, and I think I'm supposed to ask a question. A Christmas question. And then I give you a giveaway. Oh, and see, I'm not a planner. And I was going to bring it in, but I have these cute little Kinder Scott earrings. Very cute. They're the druzy, but they're like a little bar. They're a little bar druzy, and they're just cute studs. So that's what I'm going to be giving away. So I think I'm supposed to ask a Christmas question, and then y'all answer it, and then I get to choose a winner. So my Christmas question is, what theme is your Christmas tree? Like, my theme for my Christmas tree is vintage. So, like, I love vintage little artwork, like Christmas vintage artwork. Oh my gosh, I love it. I just found the cutest mistletoe sign at Hobby Lobby the other day, and it's like these cute little vintage husband and wife, and it's like mistletoe works every time, like super cute. So my tree is done in like little vintage signs and stuff like that. But at the top I have a big, I don't put an angel or a star, it's actually a white dove at the top, and it says Christ is born, because that's what Christmas is all about. Am I right? So anyway, that's how I decorate my tree. So I'd love to know the theme for your tree. Like, do you do all your old school ornaments, like that all your kids have done? Do you do like black, red, and white, polka dot? Do you do crazy? What do you do? I've heard of all kinds. Like, I could seriously have probably 30 different Christmas trees because I love themed everything. I love it. So what kind of theme do you do for your Christmas tree? That'll be a fun one. And I'll go back and read all of these. Okay, so that's my question. If y'all have any questions of any kind, please write them in the comments. I'll do my best to go back and answer them. But with 24,000 people, I don't know how that's going to work. But I would love to answer them. If you try and message me, my inbox, I'll be honest, is kind of crazy. And I don't see them a lot. But I will go look, because I know that after I do things like this, I do want to talk with people and I want to encourage people. So if you've been encouraged by this in any way, I hope that it's touched your heart. I hope that it encourages you to stick with it. I have more of my training videos and stuff like that on my YouTube, so you're more than welcome to go look there and watch anything. But I just encourage you girls to stick with it. There's nothing harder than giving up on something too soon. And you never know where the Lord could have taken you, because that's been the story of my life. Like I said, I just stopped everything and quit before he could show me what he had for me. And so this is the first thing that I've stuck with, and I'm so glad I did, because not only has he taken me on this incredible journey, but he's taken all these different women with me. And just stay out of the women's stuff, I guess. The comparison and the, oh, what rank are you? And have you hit this? And oh, she's this rank. And I don't like that stuff. That's where I feel like the enemy really tries to tear us apart and tries to tear this company apart. And that's really where he tries to get you out of this company, because he doesn't want your destiny for you. He doesn't want you to be passionate about anything. And the Lord wants us to be successful. He wants us to have the desires of our hearts. And he wants us to be passionate about something. He gives us passions and desires. He wants us to live life to the fullest and have fun while we're doing it. So as long as you're keeping this fun, and it's a way for you to get out of the house, it's a way for you to get out of your momness, it's a way for you to share things with other women, then that's fun. Stick with it. Your moment may happen 5 years from now. But if you stop now because you're not maiden, or because you haven't even had one person ask you about signing up, you never know what could have happened. So I know we all talk about that, not quitting, but I can speak firsthand on how far he's taken me, and it is a day-to-day decision. And again, like I say, I'm not the day-to-day person that's going to get up and hit the pavement and just be like, how am I going to boss babe it today? Like, that's just not me. And I can't make that be me because it will be not fun. But I can say, what's something that I can pour into my business today? But also be a mom and a wife first. Because I didn't do that for a solid year. And yes, I was building my business, and I poured a lot into that, but I lost myself, and I had to go back and refigure things. So think of how you can balance those things, but also stay you, okay? Stay you. And if you're not a go big or go home type of person, you can still do this. You can still do this, no matter what your personality is. Because I am a slow and steady wins the race type of gal. It may take me a while to get there, but as long as I don't quit and I don't give up, and I'm having fun doing it, I've already won, right? So, I hope that encourages you. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, and answer the question that I asked, and I will pick a winner. I think I close it out in 24 hours from now. So, thank you, ladies. Love you. I hope that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to get off of this and then be like, oh, shoot. And that's what I get for not taking notes. But, oh, and I'm wearing Purple Rain today, if anybody asks. Purple Rain. And I love our new shimmer eyeliners. I know, I told you I'm going to end this. But I love, okay, so I wear every day. I thought I was only going to wear the new shimmer eyeliners for like special occasions. No. I wear them every day. So I always put Starry Sky on first, and then I put Ocean on top of that. So they're like layered on top of each other, and oh my gosh, I wear it every day. So if you haven't tried the shimmer eyeliners, buy them and wear them, because once you try them, you will wear them every single day. So that's what I'm wearing. And then I always wear Pink Opal Shimmer and Shimmer Smoke Topaz in my crease, and that's what I wear every day. So, thank you guys again for watching. Love you all. Mwah. Goodbye.